I've had to really think about this last year where I feel like I only have so much energy to give, and I've been so much more selective that I do divide the whole world up into people are either an energy giver or an energy taker. And so it'd be like an example, if you walked into this room here and say it was really warm in here, if I was someone that was an energy taker, I would just point out the obvious that it's hot in here, I'm tired, oh, it's Monday afternoon, like, someone that just sucks the energy out more. But if I was an energy giver and I walked into the room and noticed it was really warm in here, first thing I would do is I'd find the thermostat. I'd turn the thermostat down. I'd open a window. I'd crack a joke. I'd create energy. And every group of people, organization I've worked with that has success spend a lot of time making sure that they work on being energy givers and how they're going to handle the energy takers. So the best example I can give that people like hearing is behind the scenes stories of successful teams. And the one I like the best with this is the men's Olympic hockey team, Canadian team that won back-to-back Olympics, yet had some challenges with some energy takers. See, because after an Olympic Games, I always love to talk to the players about when no one else is around, no media, and ask them truly about how the experience was and what went well and what were their highlights. Well, on the men's Olympic team, I asked Sidney Crosby about this, and he started to allude about how there was a group of energy takers. And I was like, what are you talking about? You're all on the men's Olympic team, right? You want a gold medal. How can you have energy takers? It was interesting because 5 of the players that had made the team are not playing. So they're subs that are sitting in the stands, not playing. They're embarrassed. Some of them brought 16 family members over. They're worried what's going to happen to their career back in North America. Whatever, they are furious that they're sitting there in the stands. And Sidney kind of alluded about that. And then he said something about what his highlight was, and it involved one of them. And he said it involved Jonathan Toews, the person, the assistant captain in the picture here. And I thought he was going to say that my highlight was because of Jonathan Toews and I both scoring a goal in the gold medal game. I couldn't have been further from the truth. He said that of the group of 5 guys that were the energy takers, one of them was one of his best friends. So let's call him Bob, okay? So Bob wasn't playing, hadn't been playing. He's at practice, and the coaches tell him that he's not going to play again the next game. He's so upset about this, that he's not going to play again, that he's just fed up and decided he feels useless being here, and he's going to book a plane ticket back to North America after that practice. So at the end of practice, he's skating off the ice. He's about to step off the ice. And all of a sudden, Jonathan Toews calls his name. And so he turns around. Jonathan goes, "Can I talk to you for a second?" I was like, "Sure." Jonathan comes over. He goes, "I hate playing against you in the NHL." I was like, "What?" He goes, "I hate playing against you in the NHL because you always do that. You beat me every time. And I look like an idiot and I'm making the mistakes. And I did the same thing last night when we played that country. And I'm wondering if you can come watch video with me to help me fix what I'm doing wrong." So here's Bob, who's feeling the lowest of low about himself. And meanwhile, Jonathan Toews is having an incredible Olympic Games. He's feeling top, but he's almost in tears asking for Bob's help. Bob's like, "Sure, okay, I'll go watch video with you." So they go off and watch video, and he helps Jonathan. And Jonathan's so appreciative afterwards that he's like, "Well, like, listen, can I buy you dinner?" And he said, "Okay, sure." So they go off and have dinner together. And they actually don't know each other very well because they've always played against one another in the NHL. And then now they're on this team together, that they get to know each other better, more relaxed, have some jokes. And then at the end of dinner, Jonathan said, "Listen, I like to practice it on the ice, not just watch it on video. Do you mind coming early tomorrow morning to practice to show me how you do that?" And so Bob's like, "Sure, no problem. I'll do that." They go back to their room. Bob forgets to book his plane ticket because he's thinking about all the drills that he can do the next day to help Jonathan. So he goes to practice early the next morning. He's helping Jonathan and he's feeling more valued and appreciated because he's actually feel like he's contributing to the team. He then is more invested in practice. And so he has a better practice. And at the end of practice, Jonathan comes over and said, listen, can I help you with some of the stuff you're working on? Least I could do. And I was like, oh, sure, that'd be great. So they stay longer after practice. And then afterwards, he sees Jonathan's going off to an optional off ice workout that the leadership group are going off to. And Bob hadn't been attending any of those. And Jonathan's like, come with us, it's a lot of fun. So he's, okay, sure. So he goes to that optional off ice workout and he starts to adapt the same leadership qualities, behaviors, habits that that leadership group does. The coaches notice the improvement in his play. He works his way then into the Olympic lineup and ends up having an incredible Olympics. And that is what Sidney Crosby said was the highlight of his entire Olympic Games.